Well, so Boba, what have you been up to this week?
Well, I have this bounty. It's been like a month before, so I've been out in the desert. I've been out in the forest. Really hard thing to track down. Been almost a month and a half.
Any luck?
What's that?
Any luck?
Well, I finally found my spoil the other day, so finally found it. Finally found my bounty.
Oh my. I think we better start.
Oh, okay.
It's the Something About Something show with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And the man who just took the helmet off his head, Mr. Mike Schilling. Oh, Ricky Pope. Sorry. That's Mr. Ricky Pope. Sorry about that. That went horribly wrong. Bad. That went horribly wrong.
Did go horribly wrong. Oh, I almost said something about nothing. And for those who are not in the know, that is the old name of our show.
Yeah.
That we changed because we could not get. Oh man, I got to reset my microphone setting real quick.
Oh,
I was probably really overdriving the mic just now.
Were you?
My apologies to all those listeners.
Yeah, we apologize for having the show too. By the way.
Well, that is true.
We got our Star Wars going on here.
I am your father.
Yeah, we have that going on. We know that May 4th just passed, but we're celebrating it as a week, and of course, Revenge of the 5th. Was yesterday. But our show is on Wednesday, so
Return of the 6th.
That's right. So
we're going with it. I don't know if it's a real thing or not, but we're going to go with it.
We're going to print T-shirts that says that. So
yes.
Hey, wait a minute. I didn't. Let's say bring out the kids. That was not the kids. Well, anyway, that was done. This is a well-oiled machine.
Do you not have sound?
Well, hell, see this thing.
Okay, mute yourself before you.
I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to mute my.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's do that. I'm going to mute myself.
So what I was talking about earlier, if you're just joining us, is you didn't mute yourself. You totally didn't mute yourself. I'm muting you. Is the show used to be called the Something About Nothing podcast, but we couldn't get Something About Nothing website. So we became the Something About Something podcast because we could get that.
Yeah.
Hey, Terrence, good to have you again.
Yeah, man.
You missed all the fun. You'll have to check out the beginning of the show if you didn't see it.
And
my apologies now if you go back and watch it. Oh my goodness.
My goodness.
But this is going to be our Star Wars show, right?
Oh yeah, that's definitely. This is we had Mandalorian last week, and then in celebration of the May the 4th, and today is Return of the 6th. Return of the 6th, yes.
We're going with that, whether it's real or not.
Yeah, we just made it up, so there's a big fan base now, and we made
all two people.
We started a little late, and I have a lot of things that are not working.
Hey, Maxwell, good to have you.
Maxwell, thank you, sir. Oh, by the way, let's see if the kids are. Let's try the kids again. There we go.
There are the kids.
Thank you, kiddos. But yes, this is May the 4th. Oh,
hey, Whitney. Yes, hey, Whitney from Whitney Sews.
That's right.
We are on YouTube now, and we have all of 43 followers. Unlike Whitney Sews, who has 100,000. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for making us feel inadequate, Whitney. Appreciate it.
It doesn't take much for that. But yes. So but in honor of the most glorious time of the year, and that is May the 4th, I would like to bring out the chorus. because
cut
of
that short
copyright,
before we get-
because of copyright issues. This is I couldn't play anything with Star Wars in it. I wanted to play the Bill Murray version of Star Wars, you know, the Lounge Singer.
Oh,
One of my favorite
Yeah.
things. But yes,
yeah, we get shut down so fast
yeah, they're trying to do it anyhow, just because of our, you know, because of us. But
because they don't like us.
yeah,
They don't like us. They think we're
honestly, I don't even think they notice us. Honestly, I don't even think
No, they really
we're on
don't.
their radar. You know,
no. The only people at Facebook that try to shut us down are the bots that just shut everybody down anyway.
Bots are not our friends. Don't say bots.
Those are not the droids we're looking for. Trust me.
No.
But it is our Star Wars special, Star Wars spectacular, our Star Wars holiday special, if you will.
That's right. We're just like in
I
1977.
said holiday special, didn't I?
He did.
Yeah.
He did. I wish I had a meme
We don't
of
talk.
that.
We don't talk about the holiday special.
No, that or Metacorians.
Hey, Vance, good to have you.
Hello, Vance. Oh, yes, sir. Welcome to the show. Man, this is
Andrew. Great to have you.
Thank you, sir. Man. Thank you. We appreciate that. We need all the help we can. Yes, don't listen. Thank you,
to
sir.
haters.
And
well, we try our best.
We do.
We ignore the haters, and we take, you know, backhanded compliments as real ones.
Yes, we do. We'll take any compliment we can. So, anything new? Anything going on? I mean, they had some great stuff going on. You know, I mean, we got some really good May the 4th stuff going on. I mean, it's funny how in the news there's some stuff that came up, which will be a part of stupid news, weird news here in a bit. We've man, there's great specials. You know, I think they still have some today. You can go to COG or you can go to Steam. They have a lot of your older Star Wars games, you know, down. I mean, really good. And then, hello, sir. Thank you, Sean.
Hey,
Welcome
Sean Murphy. Good to have you, man. Haven't seen you. Long time no see. Sean's a buddy of mine.
Oh, you have friends besides me? What's the deal?
Well, there's that.
Well,
he says she tried watching the holiday special. I just stopped part way.
Yeah, it's like it's right up there with Tiger King.
And if you guys are into Star Wars cosplay, you need to check out Whitney and her husband's stuff. They do some pretty good Star Wars cosplay. She dresses up her kids as well. It's good stuff.
Oh yeah, we got some cosplay stuff coming up later too. And I don't know where you want to start, my friend. We got the show going on here.
We really only have two things tonight. We have a lot of Star Wars stuff, and we've got some news.
Yes, stupid news.
I tell you what. Why don't we start with the news that's not exactly stupid news? It's just really weird, and it happened to happen just a day or two ago, and it's Star Wars related. The one I just showed you.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's go there. I'll go ahead and we'll just go ahead and start with the stupid news.
Okay. It's the stupid news with your host, Mr. Mike Dillard. I think my audio settings are wrong. I'm going to make a change.
I think it has to do, you have to change that setting each time, that whole auto blah blah thing.
Yeah. Did you already change yours?
I did not. I wasn't as proficient in that.
Yeah.
Here we go. Disable audio processing.
Yep. We'll see if that's any better now.
There we go. Much better now. So anyway, yeah, you told me about this story and I just did a rundown on it, and wow. I just have to say, wow.
Fascinating.
Yes. Stormtrooper taken down by cops over a plastic toy blaster.
So if I understand the story right, from what I heard, someone called the police.
Yeah.
Saying there was a person with a gun out in front of this restaurant.
Yeah.
That happens to be somewhat Star Wars themed.
Yes, it's the Coco Vanilla Galactica Cantina, which that would be a cool place to go. It's up in Canada.
That sounds cool.
Up in Canada, and apparently one of the employees, a lady who worked at the bar, she was celebrating May the 4th, and she had a stormtrooper outfit. This one right here. One of the other employees was asking her to do different poses so she could. He was recording her on video. And I guess apparently somebody on the side of the street saw this, called the police, and then came over to basically, well, you see in the right-hand side of the screen, took her down.
So ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It really is.
This is not our usual stupid news.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's
for those of you who are new to the show. This is not our usual stupid news. But we just couldn't not talk about this story.
Yeah, the cops say that the woman didn't follow their orders by getting down to the ground right away, but she and her boss argues that she couldn't because of the suit. It's hard to
see that.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like the the Batman suit.
Yeah,
I mean,
some of these costumes are not easy to get around in.
No, so the woman claims the cops roughed her up, which looks like to me. And shoved her in the face. I mean, you just look at it, and I'm thinking, man, you're taking this too far. It too far. I mean,
she had a toy blaster.
It's a blaster.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm guaranteed. Yeah, when it gets to the point that blasters are real, we have some bigger issues to deal with. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I can just see the cops now. Drop the laser rifle.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not a thing.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is, though, unlike clone troopers, the bad thing about stormtroopers is that their armor doesn't really work.
This is true.
This
is true.
Yeah,
it didn't protect her when the cops took her down.
No, it did not.
She still injured herself.
No, it did not.
And she was unable to shoot any of them.
And doesn't she seem a little bit short to be a stormtrooper?
I was waiting for that one.
Yeah, man. Okay, yeah.
Cops are bored with the lockdown.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Hey, Sammy, welcome to the show. Glad to have you.
Welcome. Yeah, it's
actually, we want to talk about it real quick?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay, we don't talk about our technology too much, but so Mike and I live in the same town, but we actually live several miles apart. And because of some extenuating circumstances with my wife's health, we're no longer able to do the show from the same place. So we are using something called StreamYard, and it's a great platform. It allows us to do this kind of split screen, which is specifically why we went with StreamYard. And it allows us to put the comments up on the screen like yours, Sammy. So thanks for asking. But yeah, check out StreamYard if you do shows like this or any kind of show online. StreamYard's a great platform. We love it. There are some definite limitations. We found one of the limitations tonight. For those of you who are not new to this show, we have lots of images in the show. Mike gets all these images ready, and then I have to upload all of them. One of the limitations with StreamYard is you must upload everything one at a time. Pain in the rear. We found a new limitation today. You can only have 100 images uploaded at a time. Well, we hit that limit tonight.
I worked very hard to get to that. Yeah.
Oh man, we got lots of comments.
That's right.
Can't hit anything anyway.
Yeah,
exactly. So she was no danger to anyone. She's a stormtrooper. She's no threat.
Well, I mean, also too. I mean, they're Canadians too. You think they'd be a lot friendlier than that to the lady? I mean,
exactly. They're Canadians. They're nice people, eh?
Eh?
I hope things get better, but wow.
I have another. I think we should go to the next one. Another Star Wars. That next one.
Another. Now this is more. These are more along our usual stupid and weird news.
Yeah, let's go.
So this is okay. This is going to be the other Star Wars one. Okay.
Yeah, I just thought we'd go with that in a row.
Okay.
Yes. Basically, right now I have a lot of enforcement of the lockdown.
Yes, yes. A lot of things are locked down in a lot of countries around the world.
Yeah, some areas worse than others, so they have to mandate a very strict lockdown and social distancing. And apparently in the Philippines, they have Vader. Yes, they had to bring in the big guns. That's right. That's right. In Manila, dressed as Star Wars characters, local officials in the Philippines are out and about to enforce strict quarantine measures while handing out. Yes, while handing out relief packages.
That is amazing. Honestly, if Darth Vader walked down my street and said, "You must stay inside," I would totally do it just because he said to do it.
Check out these stormtroopers. Their heads look more like Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, it's a little weird, and
it's weird.
Darth Vader has a little bit of the dark helmet kind of thing going on from Spaceballs.
Spaceballs,
if you know what I mean.
Yeah, a little taller Rick Moranis there, but yeah. So
Mike agrees, or Terrence agrees.
That's right. So basically with a Star Vader, it's Darth Vader in stormproof outfits made out of rubber mats and old plastic. The youth leaders catch the attention of villagers on the outskirts of Manila, and who also remind people to stay indoor. They basically, they tell residents to get off the streets without a pass. They need proper quarantine passes, but also too, though, it's kind of cool. One of the officials, Muriel Bagado, as an official, he was dressed as a stormtrooper costume and this was from Reuters. Basically, he gets up, he's greeted with smiles and offers villagers a little distraction from the outbreak. But this has been going on from the beginning, so I think it's pretty cool, honestly. But again,
that is pretty cool.
Yeah, but you see a bunch of stormtroopers coming down the street. I'm staying inside.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, okay, that's about all the music I feel like.
Is that all you can do?
With. No, I just feel like that's all we can get away without getting shut down.
Shut down. Yeah.
Sorry about that. The Rona's kicking in.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Yeah, I do too. Yes. So, so that's it for Vader. He has a flotation device.
It's a flotation device because it's made of mats. Oh, Terrence, that was brilliant.
That was brilliant. I love that. That is great. Wow. Man, put him on the show.
Oh my gosh, that was good stuff.
That's good. Wow.
So we got any other stupid news before we pile into all the Star stuff?
We're gonna go ahead and go with stupid news. This is a little different. This is more up our alley. Apparently.
So then it's either about poop or bodily fluids. Is my guess.
It's basically it has to do with a deposit. Apparently in Jefferson County, Colorado, I go to the bank and make deposits. That's where I like to put my money in. I don't keep it under the beds like I used to. But anyhow, people can trust. What's that?
I said, well, there's that.
Well, there's that. But people can, but a lot of people do that. But as far as their drugs, not so much. Apparently, case in point, an incident in Jefferson County where deputies said 34-year-old David Palagil allegedly deposited 2 bags of cocaine along with his cash at the bank.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, apparently, according to the Facebook post from Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, a bank teller discovered the drugs when he opened up a tube the customer sent in the drive-thru. After further investigation, it turned out that the customer didn't mean to deposit his cocaine.
Oh, he didn't mean to deposit his cocaine.
No, he didn't.
Okay. Yeah, so that was a mistake.
That was a mistake. He said the teller. Yes, the teller.
Imagine that.
I know. I mean, yeah, do you get interest for cocaine?
I don't know, but she don't like cocaine. So if you know that reference, thank you very much.
Yes, thank
you.
So anyway, the teller called the police, and the deputies said they found more drugs in Patagallo's car. Believe that or not.
Amazing. I can't imagine.
Amazing. So yes, that's enough of Mr. Patagallo and his amazing I don't even know what to say with people like that. But this next one, let's go with this next one. I don't know about you, but I like taking care of my my tidy whities.
Okay, taking care of, like, keeping them clean.
Well, I like to get my money's worth. Usually, I like to make sure it at least lasts till the elastic band. So that usually is helpful. But apparently, they've made it underwear just for me.
Okay.
Apparently,
for you.
For other people too. But they've made a self-cleaning underwear.
Wait, what?
Self-cleaning underwear.
Self-cleaning underwear.
Yes, self-cleaning underwear that can be worn for weeks. If you're interested in that, apparently a company, Herculeon, they make a fabric, and Vold by Herculeon, a pair of underwear designed to be worn weeks before needing to wash.
Okay, how exactly is it self-cleaning?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. Apparently, the underwear has a tendency to get, pretty gross, but they found a way. What they use a certain type of material, combination of bamboo, which I
should not drink during this segment.
Oh, that's nasty.
So, combination.
I'm so going to just spew my water all over my
uses
desk.
Fiber like polyester, microfiber, nylon, and other petroleum-based materials. Those materials, also allow smell-causing bacteria to grow rapidly. So instead, they use eucalyptus, beechwood, bamboo, and then a blend them all together with copper,
a little bit harsh.
Copper and silver. Yes.
Wait. Bamboo, copper, and silver.
Yes, that's what the magic material. Yes,
that sounds like some stiff underwear.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean,
the
stormtroopers would wear, but yeah. So, but they do say it's only effective as the person who is wearing it. Personal hygiene. If you can wipe and shower, then it would be good for a while. He also noticed that while the underwear can be
it's clean as long as you're clean.
Yeah, which with me working at home, social distancing, there's some days you just want to roll out of bed and go to work, and that's what I do. And good thing that the internet doesn't have a smelling device, so I think that would work. But yeah, pretty much so. They said, the clothing is fewer washes as necessary. And anyway, they raised money. I guess it was a successful Indiegogo campaign. So anyway, yes, it does. Yes, I have cleared out bamboo before, and those shoots are pretty hard. So I think for the most part, I think that is pretty much the stupid news. And I guess that's it.
Are we not going to do?
Oh my, yes, that's
we can't not do it.
Yeah, that's true. After a week I would be, oh my goodness. Yes.
It doesn't smell too bad. No, we can't skip.
Oh, that's right.
We can't skip it, man.
Okay.
So
you need to introduce it. You do an intro to it. This is a blah blah.
I don't have a good It's the Tiger King Minute with Mike and Ricky. So if you haven't been...
I was waiting for you to do that. There you go. So anyway, if you sing out... Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you haven't been following us very long... If you haven't been following us very long, we, 4 weeks ago, we did 2 weeks on the Tiger King. And the whole show was about the Tiger King, and we haven't not been able to say something about the Tiger King since. And we're sitting here, and I'm 2 or 3 days ago, Mike just out of the blue sends me this thing, and I'm like, no, this is not a thing. Tell them the thing.
Well, if you've seen the documentary, Joe McHale was asking each of the people who actually was in the documentary who would play you, and of course, they were asking, who do you think Joe Exotic would play. And they mentioned David Spade, and the other one, who was that?
So Matthew McConaughey?
No, it was the other. He anyway, he was one of the people that played in. Anyway, it doesn't even matter. But anyhow, apparently,
But they have somebody.
Yeah, they have found somebody, and it's the perfect person. Yes, sir. It's Nicolas Cage. That's right.
Why?
A scripted TV King show.
Why?
Yes.
Why is this a thing?
Yes, and someone out. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's just not right.
That hurts my eyes. It hurts my.
Oh my. Oh my.
That's right. So,
But this is a real thing.
this is a real thing.
He
yes.
actually has signed on to play
There.
Joe Exotic in a scripted series.
It's reported by Variety, and Nicolas Cage will star in an upcoming series as Joe Exotic. The Tiger King scripted drama will be an adaptation from the documentary. Yes, my friends. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Because he can do anything.
Yes.
He can do anything, but this one's just.
And apparently there's an article monthly in Texas that they're going to go off. It's called Joe Exotic, A Dark Journey into the World of a Man Gone Wild. Film rights for the article were acquired by an American Vandal showrunner, Dan Lagani, and producer Paul Young. And Lagani will write and executive produce the series in addition to serving as a showrunner.
Any word on where it's going to play? It's like it's attached to CBS, right?
I think so.
I bet it's going to be CBS All Access, and I'm not going to be able to watch it because I don't pay for that.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch it on .com.
Exactly. Yes, I know exactly that place that. Anyway, well,
we don't watch anything.
We don't watch anything
there. Never.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Never. We would not ever do that.
We do it pretty nice. Yeah, we don't. Okay. So anyhow,
I think it's time to get into some Star Wars. I'm ready to.
Bad feeling about this.
Yes, I do too.
I had a bad feeling about this when we started the show with you and having a helmet on. I had a bad feeling about this a couple of years ago when we started the show just on audio.
I can't believe on audio. On audio, yeah, and we found 5 of them the other day.
Oh my goodness, the lost episode. We found lost episodes. We thought they were gone and lost forever.
So we found and threw them out.
I found them on some random hard drive. They are audio only. Did you upload them?
I didn't upload them yet.
You haven't uploaded them yet?
No.
I will tell you, you probably should not watch them once we upload them.
No.
But they will be season 1.
And we called
episode 1 through 4
whatever,
or 5.
and we called them something about nothing. And
it was called something about nothing at the time, and it was strictly audio. And but it wasn't any worse than this. But
except you get to see our faces, which
you do get to see your faces now.
This is a disadvantage. So, well, let's get into in celebration of Star Wars. We've got some pretty cool stuff. 15, some countdown on some stuff.
Lots of countdowns.
Please chime in. A lot of this is from Screen Rant and from Cineblend.
Yep.
Where I got a lot of the in Screen Rant.
2 of our favorite places.
Yeah, some great stuff. And actually, let's start with a confirmation of Star Wars, some of the TV shows. Let's start with that.
Oh, the Disney Plus stuff?
Yeah, Disney Plus.
Yes.
Apparently, it has been confirmed that they will have Obi-Wan. They're going to do a prequel to Rogue One, which to the left, which is Cassian.
Yep.
And
that could be really good.
That could be really good. Apparently, they have I can't remember her name. She came from the creation of Russian Dolls, Leslie Headland.
Okay.
And she's spearheading a Star Wars TV show set in a new era. And that one right there is kind of hush hush. Taika Waititi, help me,
Tika Waititi.
Titi Watiti is confirmed. Titi Watiti.
Tika Waititi.
Almost said something naughty. Dead naughty. Titi. I'm going to call him Titi. It's easier to say that. So, yes, exactly. Ahsoka Tano. That is one I am looking forward to.
Yep.
And we talked about this in our last show.
Yep. Last week we talked about
Mandalorian.
Ahsoka Tano being on the Mandalorian. But Tika Waititi is signing on for something different, right?
He's actually, they have him set for a new Star Wars film.
An actual cinema film.
It was confirmed. It was confirmed on the 4th. Now, prior to that, there were some rumors about it, and he was kind of playing it down, making basically he was saying, kind of goofing, saying that no, he's not doing it. And of course, on the 4th, he came out and said, yes, I am. So we have no idea what they're going to do. I'm sure it's going to be a whole new story.
No word on what the storyline will be.
No. But
Tika Waititi, everything he does has good humor going on, underlining it. So I hope it's going to be something that is good quality and has some lightheartedness to it.
Well, as we were saying last week, I mean, Disney is really pumping out for Disney Plus. They're already working on season 3.
Yeah, Mandalorian.
So it's already, Mandalorian. Season 2 they're done with, so they're just waiting. I guess it's going to be the end of the year.
Yeah, Terrence, we don't know. They're not saying yet what it'll be.
I don't know, but what do you think, Terrence? What would be a good timeline? I would like to go far back in the Old Republic, in the very early days.
That could be cool.
That would be good, where it was just the Jedi Knights, the Peacekeepers of the Galaxy. I think that would be really cool. Get some of that original, canon. That's what Disney was talking about. There this whole golden age of Star Wars. A lot of their comics and books are going back prior to the Republic.
It would be a great way for them to not have to need old actors to come back.
Yeah, exactly.
They could do some fan service by showing odds and ends that come back later in the movies that already exist. Old Republic needs more stories. I think so.
Yeah, Jojo Rabbit. I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to see it.
It looks hysterical.
It looks so good.
Tika Waititi just does some great stuff. I don't know. There's so many things they've been thrown out as far as what it could be, but I'm hoping Old Republic.
I mean, they even had rumors that Boba Fett was a villain supposed to be coming up on Mandalorian, and we kind of
I don't like that idea.
I think that would be a bad idea.
I don't like that idea.
I really like the villain they have right now.
Yes. Moff
Gideon.
Yeah, Moff Gideon.
Yeah, Moff Gideon, which I think is awesome. And he has the dark.
He's got the dark saber.
That's right.
So that makes him an interesting character.
And we talked about in the last show, we talked about how the dark saber, it goes back from the beginning of the
early Mandalorians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was once it was in the Jedi had possession of it, and then they took it. Mandalorians took it, and it's been a weapon that the Mandalorians use to take out Jedis for generations.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting story with that. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
And
so why don't we get to some of these countdowns?
Let's do some of these countdowns. It was interesting.
Which one do you want to start with?
I did some work on some of this, and this is not exactly our. Yeah, I would too, Terrence. I would like to know that. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
And I think Disney could do some. It doesn't have to be like big series. They could do some of that. Death Watch. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Exactly.
Or Maul is an option.
Yes.
I've
heard about
Thrawn.
And Oh, I love Thrawn, the series, the books. There's a new
Timothy
one.
Zahn series.
Timothy Zahn series, yeah. And it's coming. He has this Ascension. It's supposed to be coming out, I don't know, in September. It's a new book on the trilogy of it. So I've got it pre-ordered. So I look forward to that.
So the 4th book in a trilogy?
Yes. Well, fourth book in the trilogy. Yeah.
Hey,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a trilogy in 5 volumes.
I'm not good at math, so don't get me going there. Get me going
Someday
there.
you can ask me my opinion of number 4 and 5.
I can do that.
So which one of these lists you want to look at first?
Well, let me look at my trusty board here, and I'll tell you one. Let's well, we're talking about the dark saber. Let's go ahead and the 10 things you didn't know about the dark saber, which you probably do know, being Star Wars fans out there.
Because you guys are the best.
Oh yeah, Rebels. Yes.
Yes, I'm still in the middle of that. I haven't finished watching it.
But yeah, I really, if you hadn't seen the last season, you got to watch the last seasons of Clone Wars. I actually gone back a couple episodes. I mean, I kind of, because I watched it for a while and I got away from it. So I'm kind of I'm in season 5. And the ones I kind of remember, I'm kind of skipping through because I want to get to 7, and I have not seen 7 yet. So I look forward to that. And then Rebels, I love how Rebels is tying in, to New Hope. The beginning almost to the New Hope. So yeah, I know. Yeah,
me too.
So I'm looking really forward to it. I mean, it's funny. I never imagined, but how they've taken those shows and they really have put a filler in there. I mean, if you don't watch them, you're missing out a whole lot of the back. Yes, and like I said, I don't want to give anything away, but I know a little bit from what I was reading. But you start wondering, and I know it happened, but you got the Clone Warriors, Clone Troopers who were faithful to Anakin and Tano. You had Captain Rex. He was a major player in it, and then he had his closest troopers that served with him. Cody, Commander Cody. Yeah. If you name a couple of them, shout out. But the ones that come to my mind is Captain Rex and Commander Cody. Yeah. And from Rebels, watching Rebels, that Order 66 did not affect them, and I'm not going to go into that. So, but anyway, I look forward to seeing 7. So, but anyway, 10 things you didn't know about Darksaber. You may have, which is interesting. Of course, we all know that it has a Mandalorian creator.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit.
The man in question
goes way back.
The man in question, I think, is Tara Vizal. For the fans of the Clone Wars, his name, and I mean slaughtering his name. I remember the episode. Vanzelli might actually be familiar, but he was basically, and I think he was part of the Dark Watch, what was mentioned before. Right. So he created this weapon for combat when he joined the Jedi. Tara created it as a weapon for combat when he joined the Jedi. He was notably the first ever Mandalorian to join the Jedi Order, and then was marked by the creation of his unique blade, the saber itself, therefore significance to both Mandalorian and the Jedi, which eventually the Mandalorians took from the Jedi Order. So, and then the next one is the legacy is important. They said the legacy of this weapon, they say, is very important. The historical origin is vital. They said that the blade is preserved. However, the legacy may have been tainted by many users since its creation. They said not only is it unique because of the design with a shorter handle and the blade-like components rather than a traditional lightsaber, but it's also because it is the key part of the Vizsla family. The blade has a legacy horned by being pressed through generations of Vizslas. So I guess it's been in that family forever. What type of crystal? I
think we actually discussed some of that here in a minute.
Yes.
So this next one is
passing.
So it's been passed along.
It has, and
over the years,
and of course, it ended up now to getting Moff Gideon. So that's interesting. We're going to find out more what's going on.
I think that's going to be an interesting story for this next season of Rebels, or Rebels of Mandalorian. If they don't get into how he got it, I think they're making a mistake.
Yeah, the Darksaber, the tradition, it's been passed between people through winning combat.
Right.
And so the blade has a bloody history to it. It saw, it notes in here that it saw some of the galaxy's most violent warriors fighting for the right to hold it. So it is a, prestigious thing among warriors to have this. So I find it really interesting. They said, it goes to leadership. It has advantage in leadership. Of course, there are other major perks that comes along with the wielding of the Darksaber.
Right.
They talked about due to the heritage of the blade, the Darksaber can actually be used to control one of the largest clans in the Mandalorians.
So that's an interesting thing to say, that the Darksaber, the wielder of the Darksaber, leads this particular clan. Is that going to put a weird situation into? Once the Mandalorian knows he holds the saber, is he bound to have allegiance to Moff Gideon?
Well, and you wonder too, since it has been something that's been held by the Mandalorians for so long, because I don't know, did it fall into the Jedi's afterwards? I don't know.
We hope so, Vance.
What is Moff Gideon? Is he a Jedi? I mean, does he have
a Sith?
Force power? Is he a Sith? I don't know. So, there's so much mystery.
Yeah.
There's
so much we don't know right now.
Yeah.
And somebody asked earlier about what it's made, how it was made, and somehow it uses kyber crystals.
Yeah, they said the lightsaber are traditionally created with kyber crystals, and these crystals are heavily linked to the use of the Force.
Right.
And sourcing of them is often part of the journey of a Jedi. They said, however, the traditional colors of Jedi are green and blue with occasional purple or yellow. And they said this, of course, the Darksaber, meaning that the color is black with a white glow surrounding the blade, despite the fact that it looks so different. The Darksaber also used kyber crystals in order to power it. So so it may be a total type of crystal. I don't know. I don't know. It's
a different kind of blade look. I mean, it's not a pure light product.
Yeah.
It appears to have physicality to it.
Yeah.
So I don't exactly know how it's powered by kyber crystals, and have a physical blade at the same time. But, my guess is we're not going to get a whole lot of info on that. I think hopefully we'll hear more of how he got it, but I bet we don't hear more about how it's made.
Yeah, I would like to know that. This one right here,
can trigger an emotional response. What do they mean by that?
Well, if you think about it, full Mando blade. Here it was. Because it wasn't used by someone.
Huh. That's an interesting thought, Vance.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, for man. Yeah.
You never go full Mando.
You never do that. Yeah, you never do that. But I remember this in the Clone Wars too, with Death Watch. It seems like the leader of the Death Watch, something about the saber releases this emotion. It's almost like the person who has it can feel this powerful energy. And so it's almost like it has this force, unlike lightsabers, which is almost always used by the Sith or the Jedi, but which really doesn't have that emotional effect. It's all force related. But something about the energy of this Darksaber apparently just brings it all in. So
yeah, Sean, I'm right there with you. I'm catching up on lots of things that I haven't seen in a long time.
And I'm like, yeah. And
and
me
I
right
do
now,
love the
yeah.
fact that they're connecting these two. I like the fact that kind of goes along with the way they're writing some of the current Star Wars stuff. I think is brilliant. Some of it is pure fanboy, just giving the fanboys what they want to hear, what they want to see. But like Kylo's broken crystal, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of it's just pure fanboy, talking to the fans, but some of it is that weaving of storytelling to tie things together. Marvel does a really good job of this, where you tie some things that seem slightly unnecessary, but then you tie them into something really important later on. Discounting some odds and ends that the Star Wars series has done lately.
Well, I had to watch
explaining things we didn't need to know the answer to, but I do like the fact that they're tying things together.
I think that's one thing, and it's one thing I had
fan service, exactly.
Well, that's what's one reason I went back and watched the Clone Wars again, because I missed so much. And then you start, and little things that you think doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Later on, you start watching Rebels, you start seeing some tie-ins like Darth Maul, and seeing some tie-ins with that and Darth Maul's brother, and you start seeing this coming together, and it gives a clearer picture. So yeah, I love how they're weaving the stories together. And if you've seen the Rebels, you're seeing, it's funny, you're seeing some characters that are from New Hope. And so, yes, yeah.
Yeah, I did totally. I totally just threw Solo under the bus without saying Solo. Thanks, Sean. I was trying really hard not to mention that movie tonight.
Wow.
But thanks. You made me do it. Thank you, Sean.
We went there. We went there.
I've already said the two things I didn't want to say. I said the Solo movie and I said the holiday special. Dang it.
And I don't want to hear Metachlorian either.
You said Metachlorian. Why did you say that? You made us say it last week.
Oh, I did. Because we were talking about why do they want Baby Yoda? Do they want the DNA of the Baby Yoda?
Yeah,
and then you said it.
You asked the question and you forced me to say midichlorians. It is your fault.
Oh man. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I do too. I like how Vance, I love how they made a story, Darth Maul, and they also in Clone Wars he had his brother and the whole thing with the witches on the planet. I mean, I can get into more of that, but it was
talking about Darth Maul. The next thing was talking about the Duchess's death. That was Darth Maul's fault, as I recall. Correct?
It was the Duchess. It had to do with the Death Watch. No, you're right. The death of the hands of the Darksaber. Impaled on the blade by Darth Maul. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
he was a wielder at the time. Yeah.
So that's kind of an interesting tie-in there. That also, Maul has wielded the saber at some point.
And also going back to last week's show, we talked about how Mandalorian is getting a lot of characters from the animated series woven in. The voice actor of Darth Maul, and I can't remember his name, but he talked about some stuff that are coming up that he looks forward to in Mandalorian, and there's talk about bringing in Darth Maul, and I hope that's not a rumor. I hope that's something they do. They may do it in the third season. I don't know. Feelings.
Nothing more than
feelings. We just lost 5 people.
We just lost a bunch of people because we started singing.
That's right.
Let's move on. Famous wielders.
Famous wielders, yes. Goes back to, of course, Moff Gideon, of course, is the one that we have currently.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. She is a Mandalorian. Weapons, yeah. Famous wielders. Yes, Darth Maul, Moff Gideon, Sabin. This is Sabin. She's on Star Wars Rebels. She is a Mandalorian. So yeah, it passes through many different people now. Currently, of course, Gideon, Moff Gideon. On the next, it represents a reflective of its wielder. So it says they've noted how the colors of the lightsabers can actually be quite significant to the users of the blade, like the Jedis. As a Jedi will craft a saber based on their own personality and emotion, the color will reflect it. The dark saber therefore represents something quite different from the traditional Jedi. It signifies a grasp of power and selfishness uncommon amongst the Jedi Order. It also represents someone who doesn't simply want to follow, but needs to lead. And that makes sense.
With the idea that the color of your lightsaber represents something about you, what does purple say about Samuel L. Jackson?
He's not afraid. That's all I got to say. He ain't afraid. He's confident of who he is.
You're not going to go up to Samuel L. Jackson and go, ha ha.
I said, exactly. I ain't going to do that at all. Samuel L. Jackson, man. I'm not going to mess with him. I'm not going to mess with him at all.
Oh, hell no!
Yes, I am not going to mess with him at all.
Yep.
Yes, he is.
Yes,
he's
he
one
is.
Bad mother.
Yeah, exactly.
And number one, The Mandalorian. This is hitting number one. Of course, The Mandalorian is
finally live action dark saber.
Yeah. So, and we've just hit that. Yeah, the shown blade has been revealed itself in 2 major animated shows. The Rebels and Clone Wars, and now here it is in the Oh, I like this one. Here we go. Yeah, it's purple with a gold Holt. That's pretty gangster. Yeah, that's right.
Is it gangster or is that pimp? I'm not sure which. I'm just saying.
Hey, that'd be bad if you wore a purple hat with a feather on it.
Oh, you went there.
I went there. Sorry about that. Yeah, yes, exactly.
You shouldn't cuss like that.
I know.
You know, most foul-mouthed character on Star Wars is R2-D2.
Oh, I know.
They bleeped everything he said.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Yeah, I got dad jokes.
Oh my goodness.
I am your father. That's right.
Okay, that was
It's a trap!
I was like, it's
a trap!
Yes, it is a trap. Okay, yes.
Gangsta, same difference.
Oh man, it ain't easy. Pimping ain't easy. I tell you that right now. It ain't easy.
I'm not cool enough to do that. I just am not cool enough.
No, it's all good. This next one is interesting, and I don't know how you. Well, I like this one. It says the Star Wars 10 force powers that came out of nowhere, and I thought this is interesting.
Okay, so we're gonna go through this set.
Yeah,
I think it's probably
not?
the last set we're gonna get through tonight.
Are you really? Well, you want to do that? We want to do that one, or do you want to do? There's the other one that we can do. It's it's the 10 best pilots, or do you want to do? Or do you want to do the?
Let's do the force. Let's do the force. The force powers you didn't know about, or it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and we can look
force
at
Zoom calls.
That's funny, which has not been working well during the day at work. I mean, working from home, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Yes.
Yeah, that's on the list. We'll get there in a minute. So let's start with number. What I can't see what number this is.
It's number
15?
1. Well, it's number 15. We'll go 15. Yes.
We're gonna go 15 to 1.
That's right. Good times.
So,
De-aging.
the top 15.
You go ahead and read the title.
De-aging in astral projection form.
That's right. That's right. If you're like me and you remember the original Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
Where
the real one,
the one where
Yub nub.
Num num.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it.
I prefer that one.
I prefer that too.
Yeah, I do too. So at the end of the original Return of the Jedi, Luke sees an astral projection of the three most important people in his life. The first two, Obi-Wan, Yoda, and the third is an image of his father, the former Darth Vader, in a Jedi robe. I can't remember the guy's name, but however, in the digital remaster version, of course, we all know Anakin Skywalker resembles the version played by Hayden Christensen. Now, that was one thing I wanted to know too. Is why Obi-Wan and Yoda is old.
Exactly. Why did the other two not get young?
Why did the Force
did not need to be fixed?
Why did the Force treat Anakin better than the other two? I mean,
this is one of those. George, you didn't do it wrong. You didn't need to fix it.
Yeah, I mean,
that's so. Yeah, I totally agree, Terrence. Unnecessary change.
Yeah, unnecessary change.
Unnecessary roughing of the passer.
Well, because if you think about it, and you think about the actual actor in Return of the Jedi, when they removed the helmet, they actually used that actor.
Yeah.
In the end.
And so he gets sense. Like 30. He's been in 3 movies. He got 30 seconds of FaceTime, and then you took 10 of them away from the man.
I mean, you couldn't tell he wasn't a helmet. He looked like he had, he had like
death warmed over.
Yeah, well, I mean, he looked like he had like end pipes all over himself. He is like, so yeah, he went to a bad dentist or something. But anyway, so and the next one is force sensitivity, which is interesting. Because
being able to sense the Force.
Yeah. He said there was in the first trilogy, Obi-Wan felt destruction of Alderaan, Leia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then Leia, then Leia,
the Force.
Yeah. And Luke, and then Leia heard Luke's, pleas for help, and Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
But what's interesting is that Finn is not a Jedi. And so, but he sensed in the movie, he basically, while they don't have full grant powers by the Force, they can sense when something happens with their environment. Hence, the reason Finn could tell when Rey was injured, and it also the reason Leia felt Han's death at the hands of her son.
Right.
But I don't know. But see, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think that's kind of an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go there, you could say everybody has a little bit of, force sensitivity.
Because they talk about the
once
forces
you get
in
enough,
and without and all that. Yeah.
And then, I got to say it. Once you have enough midichlorians, you can actually use the Force.
Well, goodbye, folks. We're at the end of the show now. Thanks a lot.
You made me say midichlorians again,
I did not say anything.
You made me say midichlorians.
I did not do it, man.
It's all your fault.
It's a trap. So.
It's a trap.
Number 13.
You just want to get out of this.
I want to. Yes, I do. I do.
Near invulnerability. What is that even? What do they even mean by this one?
Well, they make a reference to the battle, Revenge of the Sith between Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Are they talking about the fact that they should have huge sunburns?
I guess so. Anakin talks about Anakin's limbs, coming off and leaving him for dead. He's only thing left.
Hey, it's a lightsaber. It cauterizes everything it cuts off.
That's true.
He's not going to bleed to death.
I didn't know the lava could do that, but I guess it does the same thing. So. But allowed him to survive long enough for Palpatine to rescue. Yes, I know. Spidey senses. The next one. We'll just go to the next one here because I think the Force stealth.
The Force stealth. What?
Yeah, I don't know they mentioned the Revenge of the Sith, the original trilogy. Both Obi-Wan and Yoda successfully go into hiding from Vader and Palpatine. I guess they're able
hide
to
and seek champions of.
So basically, they're hiding.
A galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, I don't know why they call it Force stealth. Why don't they call it Force hiding?
They
were forced into hiding.
That is not stealth.
That's not stealth.
We're actually now critiquing the people that came up with this article.
Yes, I know. Wow. And then the next one is
Instinctive Astrogation.
I went to the doctor one time. And he checked my colon out. I thought when I first heard about this, I thought it had to do with your lower intestine, so I got scared. Apparently, it has nothing to do with that.
It has nothing to do with that. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I guess I guess it means that those who use the Force can find the safest route without any navigation computer. It says in here. However, this seems to have to explain to other forms of outer space travel. I guess they talked about in reference to Luke bombing run and the Death Star. And,
yeah, that was a targeting computer. That was not astrogation. Astrogation is like traveling long distances.
Oh my goodness, that sounds like a joke.
It
sounds like
there's so much wrong with this article now.
Oh yeah, I think we need to go to the next one. We need to get out of this.
I like this one.
I do
Death
too.
plummet survival. Now to say this one came out of nowhere, let's rewind really quick to The Empire Strikes Back. I seem to recall Luke Skywalker, who plummeted to his quote unquote death.
Yes.
Who survived.
Yes.
So the fact that anyone else could have survived a death plummet doesn't really surprise me.
Well, they have Darth Maul was cut in half.
Darth Maul fell. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So this is not a surprise. This is a continuing theme in the Star Wars canon that we now have created.
And then they bring back, Palpatine in a comeback tour. Hook him up at a gas station full of plugs or something. So So anyway, there you go. That wasn't. Yeah. And then Robot Chicky did. I love that. Yes. Forgot R2 in the navigator. Yes, that's right.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
R2 was the navigator.
That's right. He aggregated it. Anyway, so yes. Oh man!
Oh wow!
Oh yeah! Oh, that's good. I want. That would be funny though. They should do a whole series, fan made or whatever, behind the scenes, and in those big scenes, right afterwards, and the janitor's going, "Not again!" Starts cleaning up.
That's funny.
It's like a Family Guy. It's like a Family Guy kind of thing.
Oh, I hated this. I thought this was so stupid. And it even looked bad on screen. The Force Dash.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, it just looked bad.
Well, and the thing is, it's not consistent either.
No.
I mean, don't give a Jedi a power. That's what always gets on my nerves. It's like, okay, I've seen you do this power before, so why are you getting the crap beaten you out of by some alien? Yeah. I
why don't you dash all the time?
Yes, I would.
I would dash everywhere.
I would go everywhere. I'd be dashing all the way. So that one,
I think you just
I
made
know.
a Christmas reference.
I'm sorry about that. This next one really ticks me off.
The Force transport, the fact that you can just suddenly make something be where you are,
and actually have a physical confrontation with someone. Because I mean that threw me off. It said, "Yeah, Obi-Wan told." I mean,
yeah, this one's kind of tied. These two are kind of tied together: the Force projection and the Force transport.
Yeah, because exactly.
I don't care for either one of these powers.
I don't either. Now,
the idea of a Force projection, like the Force Ghost, like this. Okay, I'll stick with it. This is okay. There's some afterlife, and I can come back and talk to you. But this, I'm going to sit here, but I'm going to battle you, with my lightsaber. Until you decide to touch me in some other way, and then you just pass right through me. No. And this, if I envision it really hard, I can make whatever it is. If I'm super emotional about it, I can make it actually be where I am.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't buy it. Don't like it.
Yeah, like Kylo physically grabbing Rey's necklace from the Rise of Skywalker, and then actually like this scene right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I love. Yeah. Yes. If you hadn't seen that in the Lego, and I love it how he does it with the Legos.
Yeah.
You know, he uses the Legos as kind of like a stop motion for his story. You know, the Death Star, where they, you know, it kind of, it's really funny because, you know, you're talking about these guys, you know, who just hanging around the canteen, you know, in the Death Star, you know, and here comes Darth Vader. Anyway, it's great. YouTube it. So,
yeah, because we can't show it to you.
Yeah, I can't.
Or we'll get shut down again.
How about that? How about that force freeze?
Oh, the force. Somebody mentioned that earlier. The force freeze. Yeah, man, if that was a thing, they should use it all the time.
Well, see, that's what I mean. Some of these powers, why are you using this stuff all the time?
Exactly. Yeah. If I could freeze people, man.
Yeah.
I would freeze people all the time. My daughter wants to talk to me. I would just freeze her.
Oh yeah.
You know, just
yeah.
Just no. I don't want to talk right now. You know.
Exactly.
You're annoying me. Click.
Be a lot of frozen people in my neighborhood. I'm just saying.
The people across the street that have all the lights at Christmas.
Yeah, their lights will be frozen. But the next one, my friend.
Force levitation. Now, I don't think this one came out of nowhere. I'm okay with this one.
I'm all right with that. Van said
it's funny when you and I both click the same.
Yeah,
thing
I know. I'm gonna let you do it because let's not do that.
I don't know if it's limited. Yeah, apparently it's a one-time use thing.
It's almost like playing a video game. You know, you can only use one power until it builds back up again. Yeah,
exactly.
That's kind of how it feels.
Or you can only use it one time per game.
Yes.
Per entire game.
Yes.
Well, they only play this game one time in their entire life, so they only get one use. But now the force levitation thing, I buy that. That's fine. You know, I don't have any issues with that.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm good with that.
And it's kind of been used throughout all the movies.
Yeah.
Maybe not the first. Maybe not A New Hope.
No.
I'd have to think through that. I don't think they levitated anything in A New Hope, but in Empire they definitely did.
Yeah, in Empire, yes.
And they kind of have kept that going along the way, but it didn't seem too forced.
Yeah, it
get it? It wasn't too forced.
Oh, that's good. I wish I had a soundbite for that. Anyway, oh, I do actually. There we go. This next one, I'm kind of force healing.
Force healing. This one's weird. I'm okay with it, but it's weird.
But see, Kylo Ren, he died healing Rey at the very end.
Yeah, Rey could heal him.
Yeah.
And then he could heal her, but he couldn't survive.
Yoda just falls asleep.
Yeah, Baby Yoda just falls asleep.
Which, I mean, Baby Yoda's Baby Yoda. You know?
But, you know, the only thing that bothers me about the force healing thing is, we had 8 other movies where people died. You couldn't figure out force healing in 8 movies.
Well, Obi-Wan just vanished. I mean, his
he
robe
didn't even
just
die.
came in.
Exactly.
He didn't even die.
He just dropped his clothes and disappeared.
I'm gonna let you
naked,
do comments,
apparently.
We're having comment wars, so you go ahead and you click
you
the
want
comments.
me to do the comments?
Yes, do the
Okay.
comments.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure, because I love what the people are commenting about.
Now
so I want to
Jedis
make
are
sure.
clerics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so
That it only tires him out. Yes.
That's me too. After a good dinner.
Protect your healers. Yes. Please protect your healers.
Yes. World of Warcraft. There you go.
Yes, I started a healer recently on WoW. Well, I know, several months ago on WoW. And that is my number one. I can't heal you if you don't keep me alive. That's
You become the asset that everybody protects.
Yes, exactly.
So they basically
don't expect me to heal you if you can't stop me from being hurt.
Yeah. So.
But okay. Yes.
Yeah. So in other words, they have to protect your asset.
Yes. Yes. Protect. Oh, yes.
Anyway, that was stupid. Didn't deserve that. Yeah. Okay.
But I'm okay with the force healing thing. I just think it's a little too little, too late. You know,
Yeah.
if it was going to be a thing, they should have introduced it a long time ago.
Yeah,
Because,
I mean, you think you had powerful Jedis before that. Yeah.
yeah, Obi-Wan could have saved Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
Now Luke couldn't have saved Obi-Wan
Yeah.
because, well, number one, he just disappeared. There was no body to heal.
And Obi-Wan did it on purpose. I mean, he
And
did,
Obi-Wan
that was
did it
part
on
of the
purpose.
plan,
And
so,
and Luke wasn't really trained yet.
yeah.
Of
Yeah,
course,
so-
how does Baby Yoda do it if he's not trained? He just knows how to do it
That's because he's that strong in the Force. He's that strong.
because he's got that many midichlorians.
Oh man, let's go to the next one. Really?
Force lightning.
That's right.
Force lightning.
And that's definitely a dark side power. The Emperor, Count Dooku. Because I always wondered why the Jedis didn't have that, but I think it has a lot to do with. I guess it's just certain power. I mean, what superpowers? What force powers do Jedis have that those on the dark side don't? I mean, you have any
Force
thoughts?
lightning it tended to only be a dark side thing. It only tended to be a Sith thing.
Yeah,
So that's kind of interesting idea.
yeah,
Somebody said, Terrence asked if there's just different power levels. I definitely get that.
yeah.
They're strong, and that has been a thing throughout the series. That this one is strong with the Force. Some people are stronger, some people are weaker in the Force.
Yeah.
And Sean says, "What if abilities evolve as the Force flows?" I could see that.
I can see that also. Because a lot of yeah,
yeah, I could see that. I just think it's interesting that we're learning new skills that we never knew before. But like the Force lightning thing is interesting just because it tended to be a Sith thing.
yeah, exactly.
How did you
Exactly.
feel about Force lightning?
I didn't have a problem with it. I mean, I thought the Emperor, he was the most powerful Sith. He was
Yeah.
even more powerful than most of the Jedi. So I could see that coming from him. He was like the ultimate force for the dark, for
Yeah.
darkness. So I didn't have a problem with it. So,
I have Force lightning when I wear wool socks and I scuff them across the carpet.
yes, I know. I got grease lightning, but that's different. That goes back to the underwear.
How did Sidious keep forgetting that it could be reflected back on him? Just because you know how to do something doesn't mean you know how to do it well, Vance.
That's true. That's true. Big bug zapper. But-
Exactly. So what else do we have here? We've got
What do you
Force
think about
ghosts
this one?
interacting with the material world. So yeah, I mean, so this is a little bit of movie magic.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting comment. This goes back to Return of the Jedi, I think.
Yes, it did.
Where and this is only vague, where Obi-Wan is able to sit on a log with Luke
Yeah.
on Dagobah. And part of the deal was he was going to be a Force ghost. He knew that. He wanted to be on set. He did not want to do it separately. And they had to come up with some way for him to interact with the scenery and still keep the Force ghost look thing going on.
Yeah.
So they had to create some new, they had to work on a special technique to make that happen, movie wise. So so we've seen them interact with nature to some extent.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Obi-Wan was able to sit down.
Yeah.
When he shows up in Empire, he's just a Force ghost standing in the middle of a snowstorm.
Exactly.
But when he comes back, he's physical and real, and he can sit down and he can, have a chat next to you.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think this is one of those that I don't think this is too much of a stretch.
No.
I mean, really, if we're going to have force projection that can do a sword fight, there's no reason we can't have force ghosts interacting in the material world.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
There's some joke about living in a material world in there somewhere.
Yeah,
there's some.
Yes.
Is it Madonna or Cyndi Lauper?
It's Madonna.
Madonna. There's some material girl joke in there somewhere, but I can't
Yes.
find it. So let's move
and
on.
I'm not going to help you find it either. So
And number 1, telekinesis.
that's right. That's
But telekinesis. What is the difference between telekinesis and force levitation?
I don't know.
Is there a difference?
I don't know. I maybe one's an outie, one's an innie.
I don't know.
I don't know. You know, why not? You know,
I think. I don't have a problem with
I don't either.
force with telekinesis. I think that power was fine. It is one of those. It just kind of appeared.
Yeah.
Because it was definitely not in the first movie.
Well, I kind of think too. It's almost like you're wielding the force. You know, the air. It's almost like this whole everything is with the force in and out and that whole deal.
Yeah, I think the one thing I would say is A New Hope just kind of scratches the surface on what the force is.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't go very deeply into it. Empire is where we really learn what the force is and is capable of.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think when we talk about, is this a weird force thing or is this a goofy force thing or why did they add this force thing? It's because we didn't know about it in Empire.
Yeah.
If we learned about it in Empire, everybody goes, okay, that's just part of the force because that's where we really learned the backstory.
Oh, that's funny. Which first movie?
Which first?
Yeah.
I said New Hope. I said New Hope. I started to say first movie. I'm old. Thank you very much.
Huh?
I'm old.
What do you say?
Do what?
What do you say?
I said I'm old.
What do you say? Go ahead. Let's move on.
Stop
Levitation
it.
is
Stop
yourself.
it.
Yeah,
Levitation is yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. You can levitate yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but you have to be careful.
But we saw.
Sorry, I had a joke in my head. I'm not going to share it. I had a joke. That's okay.
To say levitation is yourself. That's the difference.
Go levitate yourself.
In Empire. Okay, I'm gonna wave my markers. In Empire, Luke made mighty leaps to places he should not have been able to naturally leap to. Mm-hmm. So I think at that point, some vague force of levitation, we knew about it. It just wasn't quite literally crossing your legs and floating above the ground at that point. But, that's my opinion. I could be wrong.
I think I like what Vance just commented. That's why I want the force on the very bottom.
Which first movie? Okay.
That's what I would use it for. I mean, get the remote.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I would use it for.
Forget the remote. I could just change the channel on the TV. I could just push the button myself.
Yeah. I need a drink. Use the force. Use the force.
Use the force. I think we have forced ourselves to the end of this subject tonight.
Are you sure? Okay.
I think so.
You think so?
I don't know. We've gone an hour and 20 minutes and we still have an audience. I don't even know how that's possible.
Hey, let's finish it off with the 10 and with the 10 best pilots in the Rebel.
10 best pilots. Let's just rip through them.
Let's just go through it. Well, I mean, people are still hanging on. This is the first time, I was going to say something, but yeah, let's
see how long we can force people to watch our show.
No, it's all right. Don't worry about it. It's like the guest that doesn't get the hint that it's time to go.
It's okay.
Anyway,
it's all okay.
It's all
going to be okay. I have to find it. Where is it?
What's
The pilots. I have so
didn't think
many.
we were gonna mention
I
that.
have 100 images, and I gotta find the right one to start with.
There we go. Okay. Now this is not.
Oh my gosh.
This is number 10.
Porkins.
Yes.
Poor Porkins.
I mean, you've seen the memes of him where he's holding a sandwich and a drink while he's flying. I'd love that.
This would be me in a TIE fighter. Just shoved in there. Just shoved in like they gotta use a shoehorn to get my rear into the cockpit. That would be me. Absolutely
No,
me.
Stop it. Oh my.
I am Porkins.
Oh my.
I love you, Porkins. You are my hero.
He don't get enough love.
I'm
does he?
sorry that you died so soon. You died
Yes.
before your time.
Yes.
It's hard to stop talking about your favorite subject. Absolutely, Terrence.
It is. They talked about behind the scenes. He was known for including a habit of hazing new recruits. After the Empire, he said after the Empire built a military base on his home world, Porkins decided to join the rebellion in an effort to restore the Republic. And he took part in the Battle of Scarf alongside other Rogue Squadron members in New Hope. Interesting.
Very cool. All right, Biggs.
Biggs Dart, yeah.
Biggs Darklighter, which is the worst last name ever. Darklighter.
They just threw it together. Well,
That's a horrible last name.
Began joining the rebellion. Biggs, he beggars Canyon with Luke. He shot Wump Raps alongside Luke Skywalker. He graduated from the Imperial Academy. He defected to the rebellion. And then later on, that's when he met with Luke and, of course, take down the Death Star. And how did it work out for Biggs? Not very well.
Not very well.
This next one, remember Hobby?
I do not. I have no clue who this character is.
I remember the name Hobby. And I think
the only hobby I remember is the name of somebody from the Harry Potter books.
He was the wingman against the AT-ATs and where the snow, he apparently
so an Empire.
Hobby joined the Imperial Academy before defecting to the rebellion and earned his nickname while there. Like many other pilots on the list, their characteristics and attitude never came to full fruition because, of course,
he was in the comic books too.
Exactly. So, but anyway, he was one I think was in the back with the tow cables.
Okay.
Ended up getting stomped by an AT-AT. So, that was good. Yeah.
Man, so many pilots died so tragically. Tycho.
Yes, Tycho. Yeah, it's a Battle of Hoth and Endor, making it out of the Death Star 2 with Lando. So I guess he was alongside Wedge and Tilly's when they went into the battle. And
he's the guy who flew into the into the second Death Star.
Yeah, on the second one.
Nice.
And next one is
Zev.
Yeah, he was one of the pilots in Empire Strikes Back in the beginning.
Oh wait, he's the one that rescued Luke and Han, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's
okay.
Right.
That's cool. Now that's a pilot you want to be. You saved the two biggest heroes.
Exactly.
At the very beginning of the movie, so you knew they were going to be saved. Because you're not going to kill them off that soon.
No, you're not. Wes
Jansen.
Co-pilot to Wedge Antilles in the Battle of Hoth. Okay, he was in charge of the tow cable. So
gotcha.
Interesting. Okay, I find it interesting. A lot of these pilots and these characters were from comics, so it's interesting to me that some of these people have a backstory. So that's real interesting to me on some of this that I had no clue before.
We are Porkins.
We're gonna start a new campaign.
New hashtag right there.
That's right. This guy,
Corin Horn.
Yeah,
that's an unfortunate name.
Yeah, I know. parents didn't love him. Yeah, I don't know much about this. Not only, apparently, he was a Jedi Master and was in the leader of the new Jedi Order.
Now, he wasn't in any of the movies.
No, he wasn't. He assisted in the defeat of Admiral Thrawn. Interesting.
Ah, okay.
So I don't
Nice.
I don't know much about him except for comments here. Yeah,
Garvin Darklighter. He must be
really the Biggs.
He must be related to Biggs.
Yeah, it says
He's a
cousin
cousin
Biggs.
of Biggs. And so he was at the Battle of Yavin.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, he's got one of the cool new, the awesome new X-wing.
Yeah, I forget
units
what
there.
they call them. Now the next one, this is interesting.
So I think I know this one. I've heard of him.
Yes, but he's number 2.
He is number 2. Why is he number 2?
That's interesting. Despite his status as a Jedi, Luke was not present during the fight over Endor, but instead alongside Darth Vader facing the Empire. However, Luke's role in Rogue Squadron was integral, blah, blah, blah.
Because he didn't really fly that often in the movies.
No.
He flew places. He didn't fly missions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think if because right now the topic is, because I thought about this and I thought, wait a minute, and they said the topic 10 best pilots in the Rebellion and Rogue Squadron, and I thought, well, but I was thinking Anakin, he was a great pilot, but
he wasn't in Rogue Squadron.
Exactly. He was part of the Republic. So
yeah. Number one is Wedge Antilles, everyone's favorite pilot.
That's right. Our favorite cameo pilot. That's right.
Battle of Yavin, he was there.
That's right.
Battle of Hoth,
he was there.
Destroyed the Death Star in the Battle of Endor. Oh yeah.
And he showed up with Lando Calrissian
in Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he's a gunner.
Yes.
On the Millennium Falcon, and he's not flying his own ship.
And his only line is, "Let's get him, Lando."
Yeah. It's a great line. It's a great line. And I actually, in several news threads I've seen, he gets confused with another pilot that is flying an X-Wing. Everybody thinks that was Wedge, and it's not.
Oh, really?
And Wedge is in with Lando. So that gets confusing for a lot of people. I'm not sure which one looks like this shady looking dude.
No, he's talking about
Corrin. Yeah.
Yeah, Corrin looks like he needs a shave.
Darklighters get around.
Oh yeah, that's right. If Luke had a Jedi starfighter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Well, man,
dude, I think we pushed the limits of the show.
I think we probably have. I think we've driven off the rest of our audience, except for those few that are commenting still. Number one, hey guys, thank you for watching. We do absolutely love our fans. We love our audience. We have the best audience in the world. We super appreciate you watching and commenting.
This makes the show worth it when you guys come on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I can't. You guys are the ones that give us great content, and a lot of you gave us some good information that I had no clue about. So it's
when you guys comment, it makes our show a whole lot funnier.
Oh, yes, it helps a lot.
Yes.
So,
but man, I think we had a pretty good show tonight. What do you think?
I did too. Thank you, Terrence. Well,
Thank you, Terrence.
And it's not because of us. I mean, thank you very much.
Vance.
You guys are awesome. And
Mike and I are fighting again.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you do.
If they could only see the behind the scenes that are happening,
it's not. Yeah, it's sad.
You would be like, you guys are the least professional people I've ever seen. Yes,
that's an overstatement. Yes,
we try our least to do this. We do absolutely the minimum possible. This is a
polished, well-run podcast. So
thanks, Sean. Appreciate it.
Well, I think it's time. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe.
I think it's time too.
Man, check us out next Wednesday in 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time.
Go find us on YouTube and subscribe. Definitely subscribe. You can find all of our old episodes that we know exist. And maybe sometime in the next couple of weeks, Mike will upload ancient podcasts from years gone by.
Yeah.
The lost episodes.
And you probably, when you watch them, you know why they were lost.
Yes.
Exactly.
We tried to not bring them to light, but Darklighter brought them to light.
Well, thank you, Vance. Thank you, Sean.
And
Terrence,
with you, Sean.
Jason, the whole gang. Thank you for joining us. You guys are made this show awesome. And we appreciate it. Man, let's end this thing. Let's end it.
All right, we ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, I got to take that off the screen first. All right, let's do this. This has been the Something About Something podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And my good friend and Jedi Master, Mr. Ricky Poe.
I'm tired.
I am too. I couldn't get that helmet off my head. That was scary. I had to find my bounty.
I wanted to. Yeah, you found your bounty. That was
bounty.
That may have been the worst joke yet.
Are we still on by any chance?